If Modern Warfare continues to use the minimap and compass system that they're using currently in the beta, which they might not, so this video might not age well, I'm going to tell you that the best thing you can do is to always run a lock-on launcher. The time to kill in this game is very fast, and you are likely not going to need to switch to your handgun to finish off opponents, and you are better off running a lock-on launcher every time. The reason being is that enemy fire only shows up on your minimap and is able to be pinpointed if somebody has a UAV in the air, and personal radar drones will ping enemies that are near to you. Now, the personal radar drones are easy to shoot down with a conventional weapon, but it'd be a lot quicker and a lot more fire and forget if you had a lock-on launcher. Otherwise, you're going to pour an entire magazine and then maybe have to reload and put in a couple more rounds before the personal radar thing is downed. So I recommend keeping this lock-on launcher because it's gonna just be a crutch. And I don't like that it's gonna be a crutch because I genuinely think people should be encouraged to build stealthy loadouts if they don't want to be seen, and they shouldn't get away with just running loud and proud guns. As long as there's no UAVs up, they'll be fine. But here's the thing, you don't need to run a suppressor. You just need to run a lock-on launcher, especially during the beta when people are not used to looking at the compass yet. And even in the full game, if this compass system was to stay the same, it doesn't pinpoint your location, so as long as you stay on the move, you're not going to get easily found. Now you might be thinking, boom, I'll just run Ghost, but I'm here to say you don't need to. You can run Hardline, High Alert, or Restock during the beta and not worry about it. But running Ghost isn't a bad idea either. But your teammates might not be running Ghost, and the biggest detriment to the game is that people don't feel inclined to run suppressed weapons, and then a UAV gets called in and they're screwed. So save your team the screwage, and every time you hear that an enemy UAV is inbound, point to the sky with your launcher, take it out, and just end it right there. It'll frustrate your enemies, it'll help you win games, and apparently it's the crutch that Infinity Ward has come up with. Now, messing with the minimap is just the dumbest thing to me still. It doesn't ruin the game, and honestly I've had fun with it, but I think the game would play better and be a little bit more consistent if it was, if you're suppressed you don't show up, if you are not suppressed you do show up. That's a simple system and I like it. Loud bang equals red dot, quiet bang equals no red dot. All this does is put a greater emphasis on personal UAVs, the personal radar, and normal UAVs, which puts an emphasis on the Ghost perk and lock-on launchers, and so the meta is already kind of formed around these items and streaks, and I just don't think that's smart. So until it's changed, or in my opinion fixed, I think just, constantly run the Ghost perk and a lock-on launcher and be the best person on your team because of it. Everybody on your team will love you because they won't have to suppress their guns and they still won't be able to be seen. Also, don't forget that you can change your loadout mid-game, so if somebody keeps calling UAVs and you don't feel like shooting them down, you can just throw on a suppressor and Ghost and you'd be fine. There's no need to build a stealthy class before a game and then get ready and, use it. You can just alter your class right on the fly there. And then also, if they were to revert the minimap system back to what it was originally in Call of Duty, maybe suppressors would be the crutch and everybody would just suppress their guns so that they're not seen. But of course, it's hard to call it a crutch because it does limit the killing potential of your weapon. It makes it a more close-range weapon, and this game even slows down the bullet velocity. I'd like to exercise a little experiment. For those of you that give a crap, I want you to write in a comment the reasons they should go back to the classic minimap system, even if you don't agree with that, and then go with reasons that they should keep the minimap system the way it is in this game. I don't want the pros and cons of both, I want the pros of both. And I'll make a video on whatever comment I think gets it the most right, or that I most agree with, or that it just, is interesting. I don't know. I'll just go for the comment that I like. A huge portion of the community wanted the minimap. In fact, the percentages of people that voted in Twitter polls that wanted the minimap back is roughly the same percentage of core players versus hardcore players. But the people that voted for the minimap to come back, if you were to ask them, this would be interesting, I don't think anyone's done it, if you were to ask them, should the minimap show enemy fire, I wonder what percentage would say yes to that as well. If you watch my long, obnoxious, messy first impressions video, you probably saw that I said that the compass should wrap around the minimap, and the minimap should show the general direction of enemy fire every time a trigger is pulled. That way, you just have to look towards the minimap for the general location. You don't have to look for the compass for the general location when a UAV is not up, and to the minimap when the UAV is up. It would all be on the minimap, the compass would wrap around the minimap, there'd be less UI clutter, and you would still know the general location of unsuppressed weapons being fired. I feel like that'd be a flawless system, that'd be a lot more convenient, and you could still have the nice compass that rotates and has numbers on it so you can do little callouts, but again, I don't know what they're gonna do. Anyway, join me next time when I talk about the D-pad and its misuse in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. See you when I see you, goodbye.